police has written.
All right,
to
let's
Ministry
take you
of External
across
Affairs.
to the press briefing
Have
by
we been
India's
able to locate
Ministry
them,
of External
or
Affairs.
What do we know about the three boys? Back. Thank you, sir.
Related questions, Srinjoy? Okay. Uma Shankar.
ये स्विट्जरलैंड में जो पीस इनिशिएटिव होने जा रहा है उसके लिए क्या भारत को एक फॉर्मल इनविटेशन मिला है, और अगर मिला है तो क्या अभी कुछ रुख तय हुआ है कि भारत पार्टिसिपेट करेगा या नहीं?
जी जी
This is Yeshi Seli from the New Indian Express. It's reported that close to 100 Canadian diplomatic staffers have left India over the past couple of months after 41 were asked to leave when they were to downsize. Does ME have any comments to make, because they say that?
Sir, time's now. So Jake Sullivan is coming on the 18th or so. At the same time, Kurt Campbell is coming. Two very senior American government officials here at the same time. Can you tell us what the issues are, what the agenda is, and what our points of view of concern or whatever we will convey to them?
Okay. First, we come to Siddhant here, and regarding Myanmar. You know, the security situation in Myanmar remains precarious and deteriorating. You heard about the fighting that is going on, specifically in Rakhine State and other areas. We had issued some time back an advisory for our nationals so that they can take due care, and we want them to be safe. As also regarding Indians who are traveling to Myanmar, so that they can observe proper safety protocols and take care of themselves, while we are there to take care of them, as in the embassy is there to take care of them. We've also relocated our staff from Sitwe consulate to Yangon. So that is where the situation lies. Regarding your question, Siddhant, regarding the three boys, our embassy is seized of the matter. They are working on it, and hopefully we'll be able to get them out, repatriated, and return. They'll come back home. In the past as well, as and when Indian nationals who have had problems in Myanmar, one way or the other, in one profession or the other, whenever they have reached out to the embassy, we have acted proactively, and we have got the help of local authorities and done our best so that our nationals can come back home, or their issue, whatever issue or problem that they have, is resolved. So that is where we are. We'll keep you updated on the matter. उमा शंकर जी, आपका जो सवाल स्विट्जरलैंड में जो पीस वार्ता है, शांति वार्ता है, उसको लेकर है, इसके बारे में पहले भी मैंने कहा था। जहाँ तक रूस यूक्रेन का सवाल है, उसमें हम लोग का रवैया, हमारा रुख, हमारा जो पोजीशन है, वह भली भांति उससे आप अवगत हैं। स्विट्जरलैंड में जो पीस वार्ता की बात है, उस पर हम लोगों ने देखा है कि एक इस प्रकार का पहल किया जा रहा है, और इस पर आगे क्या निर्णय होता है, भारत हर जितने भी माध्यम हैं जिससे शांति बहाल की जा सकती है, उसको उस पर अमल करने के लिए, उसको देख रेख करने के लिए हमेशा हम लोग ओपन हैं। तो यही स्थिति बनी हुई है इस मुद्दे पे। Yeshi, regarding your question was regarding the staff. I understand that the reduction has happened on account of the local staff. It is an administrative matter which you must take to the Canadian side. They will explain as to what is the reasons behind it, etc. As we understand, their visa processing, etc. is normal. The functioning is normal. More on that, maybe possibly Canadian side could guide you on. Srinjoy, regarding the two visits, on the 8th Naval Western, I have, time and again from this forum, I have conveyed to you that, he has certain requirements to fulfill. As and when those requirements get fulfilled, then he will come back. So that is where the story is. Srinjoy, regarding the two distinguished visitors that you mentioned, Their visit will be announced as and when we learn of the visit, and obviously we will give you a readout. We'll also inform you what the agenda is and what exactly we have on offer as far as India-US talks engaging these two distinguished visitors. Can we take more questions?
Again, Natas News Agency. Can I ask you please to repeat the answer on Switzerland conference in English, and can I clarify a bit? So there were media reports that India has received the invitation for the conference. Is it so? And also a week ago, or maybe more, there was also some media report that New Delhi is skeptical over whether a peace summit without Russia's participation will be effective. So what is your position? Is it like this as there were these media reports? Thank you.
Abhishek?
Sir, Abhishek this side from CNN News 18. My question is regarding this latest situation that is getting tense between Iran and Israel. And there are reports that both sides are preparing for some major conflict this time. Have you issued any advisory to Indians who have been living in that region, or because there are certain countries which are trying to discourage their citizens from traveling to that side?
Manus?
This is Manus from PTI. Just a little clarification. You said the people working in Indian consulate in Situe were relocated to Yangon. Is it because of the precarious situation, security situation? And what about our consulate in Mandalay? In fact, are we also planning to just evacuate them to Yangon or back to India? Thank you.
Please, question there.
Sir, I am Akhilesh Suman, independent journalist. A new government is there in Pakistan, and there has been no major terrorist incident, cross-border terrorism from that side since quite a long time. So has there been any formal contact between India and Pakistan at diplomatic level, and do you think that the relations should be normalized in coming days?
Your question there behind.
Yes, I am Livia Rodriguez from Prensa Latina. So last Friday, the Mexican embassy in Ecuador was raided by Ecuadorian security forces to kidnap former Vice President Jorge Glass. As Mexico is a member country of the G20 and India belongs to the Troika of the current presidency led by Brazil, we would like to know the position of India on the incident against the Mexican embassy in Ecuador. Thank you.
Okay. So, Elena, regarding your question on the Swiss peace proposal in English, we have consistently maintained that we encourage negotiated settlement of Russia-Ukraine conflict through dialogue and diplomacy. That has been a consistent support for. In this spirit, we've also participated in several mechanisms under Ukraine's peace formula, including the Copenhagen format. As far as the Switzerland peace meeting that you referred to, we understand that it will be hosted in the near future, sometime soon. A high-level global peace conference is being planned. We remain open to exploring all ideas that could help achieve early restoration of peace. So that is where we are on. I don't have any information on that, but I will come back to you and update you in regard to the invitation. Abhishek, regarding your question on the situation in the Middle East, in Iran and Israel, etc., we have so far not issued any advisory, but we are seized of the matter, and hopefully if whatever action is required to be taken will be taken as per the situation. Earlier you saw when one death happened in Israel of an Indian national who was working in a farming settlement. Thereafter, we had issued an advisory for all Indian nationals to take due caution while they are in the country. Manas, your question regarding Sitwe. Sitwe, of course, we have relocated our staff to Yangon because the situation in Sitwe is precarious. As far as Mandle is concerned, our consulate is fully functional, I would say. There is absolutely no issue there. It remains open, it remains fully functional. Akhilesh, your question was regarding Pakistan and the new government. In the last Prasar and a week before, we had some discussion. There were questions on similar lines, where we talked about the conflicting messages we were getting. One message from a particular dignitary, then another message from the spokesperson. So, it was conflicting nature. Earlier to that, you saw our Prime Minister also sent some greetings when the Prime Minister assumed office. So we are looking at all these messages that are coming from Pakistan, and we saw there was some contradiction between the two. So we'll see how things unfold. Regarding Prince Latina, we have very good relations both with. We'll see how things unfold. Regarding Prince Latina, we have very good relations both with Ecuador and with Mexico. And we hope that the two countries can come together and resolve their differences. Thank you. Vishal.
सर मैं विशाल हूं जी न्यूज़ से। मेरा सवाल एलन मस्क के ट्वीट को लेकर है। उन्होंने अपने पोस्ट में लिखा है कि प्रधानमंत्री से भारत में वो मुलाकात करने वाले हैं। कोई संभावित तारीख और क्या इसकी जानकारी आप लोगों के पास है?
Sudhi.
So, Shudhirajan from Bloomberg, associating with the Musk question, and also we have seen some very conciliatory statements on China coming from the top leadership in India, and we have seen a similar statement also coming from the Chinese Foreign Office. Is there a movement in the discussions between India and China to resolve the border, issue that's been ongoing for the last 4 years?
Mm-hmm. So, विशाल, आपके सवाल मैंने भी मीडिया के माध्यम से देखा है कि इलॉन मस्क हिंदुस्तान भारत आ रहे हैं, है ना। उसके आगे की जानकारी मेरे पास नहीं है। क्या तिथि है, कब आएंगे, ये तो हमने भी मीडिया के माध्यम से देखा है। तो जैसे हमको पता चलेगा तो हम आपको अवगत कराएंगे किस प्रकार का उनका प्रोग्राम है, कहाँ आने वाले हैं, कब आने वाले हैं। So your question regarding Mr. Musk, I mean, I don't have any definite answer on his visit. We've also seen some reports in this regard. Hopefully, as and when we have more details, and if we have any details to share, we'll do that with you. In regard to China, I would like to convey to you that the Prime Minister has spoken on this subject. Similarly, the government on several on occasions has made its position very clear. So that is where it remains as far as our relations with China is concerned. Kalol?
This is Kalol from The Hindu. My question is regarding certain developments that have been taking place in Afghanistan in the last few days. The Justice Ministry there has, the quote-unquote, the Taliban Justice Ministry has come up with some solutions for the property problems that the minorities were facing. And now they're saying that property rights are being restored to the Hindus and the Sikhs. And a few Sikhs have already gone back, including a former member of parliament. So how does India view this, and is there an opinion that you may offer on this?
Like you, Kalol, we also seen some reports. If the Taliban administration has decided to restore property rights to Hindus and Sikhs from Afghanistan, I mean, who are their nationals, of course, it is something which is a positive development. That is how we look at it.
Milan from India Today. So we have been witnessing recent spate of attacks on Indian students in the US. Having said that, you have spoken about it earlier also from this forum, but would like an update on what is or what are the likely actions that India is taking to send out a strong message that Indian students should not be attacked.
Siddhant, yeah.
Sir, I also want you to maybe give us a figure, sir. How many of these are Indian nationals and how many are American citizens? That is something that if you can provide us some kind of a breakup. Thank you.
So regarding very unfortunate deaths of Indian students last week or 2 weeks back, 2 of them passed away. While the death of both our national students is under investigation, we, the consulate, has reached out and they have extended all possible help. Both these cases, the investigation is on, so hopefully we'll come to know more about the reasons for it. Since January, I think there are some 10 odd Indian students who have passed away. In 2 cases, I had told you earlier, in one case, it was a case of homicide which was registered against a person who was a vagrant. That was most unfortunate, of Vivek Saini. And thereafter, there was a case in which a person was shot at. So these are 2 cases which are being investigated from the point of view of law and order, and we are pushing very hard. Our consulate and our mission in United States, they have strengthened their student outreach so that they can convey to the students how they should take care of themselves, what should be done, and what all help the consulate and the embassy can provide as and when required. But let me tell you that several of these deaths have happened. It's not happened because of one reason. There are multi-causal in nature. So I would urge you that there are several other issues beyond justice or law and order matter which also needs to be looked into. There are some community issues also. There are cases which have happened on account of suicide and other related mental illness related issues. That's why we want to reach out to the student community and provide them comfort. We also have a large Indian student community, upwards of 300,000 in the United States. So if we don't have any more, yeah.
जी मैं मनीष हूँ TV9 भारतवर्ष से। 4 अप्रैल को विदेश मंत्रालय ने एक बयान जारी करके इजराइल और ईरान में शांति बहाली को लेकर अपनी बात कही भी थी, लेकिन देखने में आ रहा है कि बहुत सारे ऐसे देश जो कि ईरान या इजराइल के दोस्त हैं वो शांति के लिए अपील कर भी रहे हैं। तो क्या चूँकि भारत के संबंध ईरान और इजराइल दोनों से हैं, तो क्या भारत सरकार की तरफ से भी अपील की जाएगी फ़ोन करके या कांटेक्ट करके उनके विदेश मंत्रालय या विदेश मंत्री को?
ठीक है मनीष, कोई और सवाल था?
So this is Anangsha Mitra, a civic body. This is Anangsha Mitra, a civic bilateral body from Vietnam recently visited India and MEA hosted it. Is there any outcome or any reciprocatory visit expected?
So regarding your question on Iran and Israel, your position has been very clear. We have a certain position on Israel, on the ongoing developments there. In regard to Iran also, we had the visit of our External Affairs Minister to that country. We discussed all the issues that are involved in it, in our relationship, including connectivity, including several other aspects of our bilateral relations. Regarding your question on Vietnam, we had this meeting here. Several issues that form part of India-Vietnam relationship were discussed, and hopefully these would help to further strengthen our partnership, which spans a wide range of areas, including people-to-people partnership, trade, commerce, and... Sorry? At this point in time, we had a visit. We welcomed the visit. We will look into a reciprocal visit as and when that would be required. Adamani?
Kadambini Sharma from NDTV. Sir, would there be any comment on Justin Trudeau mentioning Hardeep Nijjar while testifying in front of Inquiry Commission?
Prime Minister Trudeau comment on whatever he had to before his commission, that is his part. As far as the interference issue is concerned, on that we had made a point very clear that the allegations then, some time back we had said, are baseless. It has of no value, and it is not our policy to interfere in democratic processes anywhere. Thank you.
Sir, just one question. Protesters in Nepal have been demanding for this monarchy to come back, and these protests are actually picking up in Nepal. So, like, have you been taking note of this this entire development that is happening, because Nepal happens to be a very close neighbor to ours?
Well, we have very good relations, very strong relations with Nepal, but what you are talking about is something that forms part of the internal landscape of Nepal. That is, but as far as the relationship is concerned, we are doing very well on each and every front. There are several new projects, development projects you would have seen, which have been recently inaugurated as well. So we are very optimistic about a partnership and friendship with Nepal. Thank you very much. Thank you for your participation.